You're not going to believe what GM just got caught testing. Forget everything you've heard about the V8 dying off, because brand new spy shots just dropped of a heavily camouflaged Silverado prototype. And what's under that hood? It ain't just a facelift. It's Chevy's next-gen V8, the Gen 6. And Ford? They've got nothing on this. See, these aren't just blurry photos snapped in the desert. Look closer. Quad square exhausts tucked neatly under the bumper, a reworked rear axle, and a front end so open you could drive a wind tunnel through it. This isn't styling. They're testing something big. And here's the kicker. Insiders say this isn't just a refresh. It's a full-on engineering mule with an all-new block, one Ford didn't see coming. Because while everyone thought GM was going all-electric, they've quietly been dropping hundreds of millions into one last punch-in-the-mouth V8 project. And this one? It's got a few tricks Ford walked away from years ago. Now, before we even break down the engine itself, just take a second to let that sink in. In 2025, when everyone else is scrambling to bolt on batteries, Chevy's out here fire-breathing through a brand new small block. That's the kind of stuff we live for. And if you're the kind of person who gets chills from a camouflaged test truck rolling with unfinished exhausts and a mystery power plant, you're going to want to hit subscribe right now. Because this Gen 6 isn't just a comeback story, it's a power play. And what I'm about to show you next, you won't see it coming. All right, let's talk about what these spy shots actually show. Because it ain't just a Silverado with a funky wrap. First thing that jumps out, that quad square exhaust. Tucked under the bumper, rough finished, and absolutely not production spec. That's test mule hardware. GM doesn't bolt on new tailpipes for fun. This is straight up evidence that they're tuning a brand new power plant. Next, look at the front grille area. Massive airflow cutouts, way more than the standard 6.2-liter needs. That screams bigger cooling demands, which only happens when you're pushing more heat, aka more power. Even the half shafts look chunkier. That might sound minor, but thicker axles mean they're prepping for extra torque. And that ain't coming from the old L87. Now here's the nerdy part most folks missed. The engineers spotted riding along in this prototype weren't part of GM's design or exterior teams. They're from the calibration division. You only bring those guys out when you're deep into driveline testing. That's the phase where you fine-tune throttle response, transmission mapping, cooling systems, the stuff you do when the core engine is already up and running. Put it all together and what do you get? This isn't a cosmetic refresh. It's a rolling lab for something brand new. And if that didn't already raise your eyebrows, the paper trail GM left behind, that's where it gets real interesting. If you're still wondering whether this Gen 6 talk is just smoke and mirrors, look at where GM's actually putting their money. They just dropped $918 million into two engine plants, Tonawanda in New York and Flint in Michigan. And they didn't even try to hide why. GM's own internal docs list the upgrades as tooling for Gen 6 small block V8 production. Not maybe, not possibly, it's happening. At Tonawanda, they're retooling for block machining, the heart of engine production. And over in Flint, they're setting up for full engine assembly, not hybrids, not EV components, real old-school internal combustion, with brand new tolerances and new metallurgy designed to meet upcoming emissions targets without sacrificing power. And here's the kicker. GM's leaked production schedule shows pre-production blocks rolling off the line by late 2026, with full customer-ready trucks by mid-2027. That means this isn't just a concept, it's in the pipeline. The hardware is already being built. Now think about that for a second. While the rest of the industry is dialing back on ICE, GM is betting nearly $1 billion on one final V8 revolution. And here's the aha moment. This engine isn't just a last hurrah, it's a strategic weapon. Chevy isn't walking away from V8s, they're doubling down, right as Ford and Ram are trying to tiptoe away. That tells you everything you need to know about GM's mindset. And if you want to keep spotting these power plays before they hit dealership floors, go ahead and subscribe now. Because next week, we're breaking down the leaked torque curve from Gen 6's early dyno sheets, and you'll want to see how it stacks up against the EcoBoost. But first, let's talk about what makes this engine different under the skin. Because GM didn't just recycle old tech, they fixed something Ford never could. Alright, let's dig into what makes this new Gen 6 V8 special. And no, it's not just a bored-out version of the old L87. This is a ground-up rework of the small block architecture. Still pushrod, still compact, still dead simple to maintain. But GM's layered on some serious modern upgrades. First up, an expanded variable valve timing system. We're talking wider cam phasing sweep than anything GM's put in a truck before. That means torque comes on earlier, holds flatter, and drops off later. It's like the engine's been stretched in both directions, and you'll feel that pulling a trailer uphill at 60. Then there's the rumored Miller cycle cam tuning. Yeah, that's the same trick Mazda used for sky-high efficiency. In this case, GM's allegedly blending it with high-lift pushrod behavior to nail EPA targets without strangling power. Smart. Also in the mix, a redesigned combustion chamber for cleaner burn and DFM 2.0. Dynamic fuel management evolved. The old version could shut off cylinders at cruising speeds. The new one? Smarter, faster, and reportedly more seamless, with plus 5 miles per gallon gains projected on the highway. But here's the part I love. This engine doesn't need turbos. No twin spools, no extra plumbing, no lag. It's all motor muscle with modern brain power. That makes it cheaper to maintain, easier to mod, and way more durable over 200,000 miles. And the numbers? Early dyno whispers are circling 450 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, without forced induction. That's knocking on the door of the old 6.2-liter LT1, but in a truck motor. Stock. So yeah, this ain't a lazy update. This is Chevy taking every lesson from 20 years of small blocks and saying, let's build one last legend. And here's where it starts to burn a little in Dearborn. Because as GM's pushing into the future with old-school grunt, Ford is stuck making a hard choice between two engines that can't keep up. Now, let's talk Ford. For all the blue oval loyalists out there, you might want to sit down for this part. Right now, Ford's F-150 lineup gives you two main engine personalities. You've got the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, which cranks out solid torque thanks to twin turbos, and then you've got the good old 5.0-liter Coyote V8. High revving, great sound, decent power. But here's the thing, neither of those engines are built to go toe-to-toe with what Chevy's about to drop. The EcoBoost? It's torquey, yeah, but turbo torque fades fast under towing stress, and the power band gets choppy once you push it hard. And ask any long-haul guy, there's a big difference between peak torquey on paper and real-world grunt pulling 8,000 pounds up a mountain. And the Coyote? It's a great motor. In a Mustang. In a truck? Not so much. It tops out at 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet in most F-150 trims, and it needs to rev high to hit those numbers. That means you're rowing through gears just to stay in the meat of the power band, and good luck doing that with a trailer behind you. Now here's the real problem. Ford hasn't made any public commitment to replacing or overhauling either engine in the F-150. Their only big ICE development this year? A rumored GT500 Legend V8 project, which is strictly a Mustang Halo car, not a truck engine. So while GM is pouring nearly $1 billion into their next-gen small block, Ford's basically saying, let's see how long we can ride this out. And that opens the door wide for Chevy to own the V8 truck space again. Unless there's one weird rumor floating around, one that could change everything if it turns out to be true. All right, let's talk about the stuff GM hasn't officially confirmed, but the internet won't shut up about. First up, the mild hybrid rumor. Multiple insiders, most of them ex-GM engineers lurking on forums, claim there's a prototype Gen 6 mule running around with an electric crank motor bolted to the front. Basically, it acts like a torque booster off the line and smooth shifts without ever turning the truck into a hybrid. Think of it like Dodge's old e-torque system, but meaner. Now, we haven't seen any hardware to prove this yet, but the same guys leaking this called dynamic fuel management months before it was announced. So, worth keeping an eye on. Then there's the lifter saga. Yeah, GM heard us. They've apparently redesigned the oiling system in Gen 6 to finally kill off that infamous AFM lifter collapse. Supposedly wider galleries, more pressure up top, and better cooling channels in the block itself. If true, that's a huge move, and it shows they're not just recycling old tech. Now here's a spicy one. Will it still have cylinder deactivation? After all the hate DFM got, you'd think they'd kill it, right? Wrong. All signs point to it staying, but with totally rewritten software and far fewer abrupt shutoffs. Apparently it's now predictive instead of reactive. We'll see. And the best part? There's chatter that GM's planning to let you manually disable the system in sport mode. If that's real, we're talking instant cult following. So, yeah, not all of this is confirmed, but it's the kind of smoke that usually leads to fire. And here's the real twist. This engine might not be limited to trucks for long, because one Corvette insider just leaked something that flips the entire plan on its head. Here's the thing about GM. When they build a new small block, it never stays in the trucks. You think the Gen 6 is just for Silverados and Sierras? Think again. Historically, GM's always followed the same pattern. Launch the engine in a half-ton, get the bugs worked out, then drop a retuned version into Corvettes and full-size SUVs. It happened with the LS1, the L86, the L87, and it's almost definitely going to happen again. Rumors are already swirling that the 2028 C9 Corvette will ditch the LT2 entirely for a lighter, more compact Gen 6 variant tuned for sports car duty. Think about that. A next-gen V8 with all the torque and none of the overhead of the flat-plane LT6. That's a purist's dream. And on the SUV side, word is the Tahoe, Yukon, and Escalade are getting a full redesign around the same time, complete with new engine mounts, revised cooling layouts, and 10-speed autos designed to sync perfectly with Gen 6 torque curves. It all lines up. Bottom line, this isn't just a truck engine. It's the backbone of GM's entire next-gen ICE strategy, a single platform that could power everything from family haulers to American muscle. But that raises a bigger question. If GM's doubling down on gas power like this, why? Because the industry? It's sprinting in the opposite direction. Let's talk about that. So here's the million-dollar question. If electric trucks are the future, why is GM spending nearly $1 billion on a gas engine? Simple, because the future isn't arriving as fast as the headlines promised. EV truck adoption has been slower than expected. The Silverado EV missed targets. Ford's Lightning, they had to slash production in half this year. Infrastructure's not there yet. Towing range still sucks. And more importantly, buyers just aren't ready. Know what is selling like crazy though? Hybrids, gas trucks, anything with long range and real-world reliability. That's why GM is betting big on Gen 6. Not because they're stuck in the past, but because they see an opening to dominate the high-efficiency, high-output gas market while their competitors go all in on tech that still needs years to mature. It's a calculated move. They're giving buyers exactly what they want right now and keeping the doors open for what's next. And the Gen 6 small block? It might just be the smartest V8 GM's ever built. So, what do you think? Is Chevy making a genius move or just buying time? Let me know in the comments, because we're just getting started. And hey, if you've made it this far, you're not just watching for the news. You're here because you love this stuff. So hit subscribe now, because next week we're going deep into the acoustic profile of that prototype Silverado, and yeah, we've got a clean engine sound clip to break down, note by note. See you there.